Life often throws challenges our way, and with those challenges, doubt tends to follow. You might find yourself questioning your abilities, wondering if you're capable of reaching your goals. But here's the thing, doubt is normal, but it doesn't have to control you. You have the power to rise above it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop letting doubt hold you back and how to start believing in yourself fully. You'll learn simple, actionable steps to shift your mindset, build unshakable confidence, and take the necessary actions to succeed. It's not about being perfect or never feeling fear. It's about taking control of your thoughts, trusting in your strength, and stepping forward even when things feel uncertain. You have everything you need inside you to overcome anything. So if you're ready to stop doubting yourself and start living with purpose, let's dive in. Your best life starts now. Number 1. Believe fully in your ability to overcome anything. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to believe in your ability to overcome anything. This belief is the foundation of your success, your happiness, and your growth. When you believe that you can face whatever challenges come your way, you unlock a strength that is often hidden beneath the surface. The first step is understanding that life is full of obstacles. Challenges will appear in many forms. Personal struggles, financial setbacks, disappointments, failures, or even just the everyday stress of trying to juggle it all. But the key isn't whether or not these challenges will come, they will. The key is how you respond to them. And when you truly believe that you have the ability to overcome anything, your response changes. You don't see obstacles as insurmountable walls, but as opportunities to grow and improve. Believing in yourself is a choice. It's not something you're born with, and it's not something that happens automatically. It's something you develop over time, through experience, practice, and conscious effort. You make the decision that you will not be defeated. You make the decision that no matter how hard things get, you will continue to move forward, knowing that you are capable of overcoming whatever comes your way. But belief isn't enough on its own. It needs to be backed by action. You cannot simply think your way into success. You must act with confidence and trust that each step you take is a step toward overcoming whatever challenge lies ahead. Action fuels belief. Each time you take action in the face of adversity, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you realized, and that belief begins to build on itself. The more you believe you can overcome, the more you will. Let's be clear. Believing in your ability to overcome anything doesn't mean you won't face moments of doubt. It doesn't mean that you will always feel confident or certain about the path ahead. It simply means that you trust yourself to find a way. You know that, no matter what happens, you will figure it out. You will do whatever it takes to keep moving forward. In fact, doubt is a normal part of the process. Every successful person has felt doubt at some point. It's a natural human reaction to uncertainty and fear. But the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is their ability to push past the doubt and keep going. They understand that doubt doesn't define them. It's just a feeling, not a fact. When you truly believe in your ability to overcome anything, you know that doubt doesn't have the power to hold you back. You choose to move forward, regardless of how you feel. Overcoming challenges requires more than just belief, though it requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after facing setbacks. It's the mental and emotional strength to get back up, dust yourself off, and try again. And the truth is, the more resilient you become, the more you will believe in your ability to overcome anything. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You build resilience by taking small steps, facing challenges head-on, and learning from each experience. The more you prove to yourself that you can handle adversity, the more confident you become in your ability to tackle future challenges. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you create a new reference point for what you are capable of. You start to realize that you are far more capable than you ever gave yourself credit for. It's also important to recognize that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. No one ever achieved anything meaningful without failing at some point. The key is to not let failure define you. When you believe fully in your ability to overcome anything, failure becomes just another step in the journey, not an end. It's a lesson, not a defeat. You learn from your mistakes, adjust, and try again. With each failure, you grow stronger, smarter, and more prepared for the next challenge. Your belief in yourself should be unwavering. Even when things don't go as planned, or when life throws you curveballs, you must stand firm in the conviction that you can and will overcome. There will be times when things feel impossible, when the odds seem stacked against you, but in those moments remind yourself that you have faced challenges before and come out stronger. You have dealt with adversity and survived, and this challenge is no different. In fact, challenges often come when you're on the brink of something great. They are not signs that you should quit, but signals that you're moving in the right direction. Overcoming the hard stuff is often the precursor to big success. When you believe that you can face every obstacle, you stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones towards something greater. Trusting yourself means trusting your ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow. No matter how difficult a situation may seem, you always have the ability to find a way. Even if you don't have all the answers right now, you have the resilience to figure it out. You have the strength to keep going, even when the path isn't clear. This is where true confidence is built. In your ability to trust that you can handle whatever life throws your way. You are your own greatest asset. The only person you truly need to believe in is yourself. When you believe that you can overcome any challenge, you are tapping into a well of potential that can move mountains, and that belief will keep you going, even when everything else feels uncertain. But how do you start building this belief? It begins with taking action. Don't wait for perfect conditions, or for everything to fall into place. Start today. Take that first step. No matter how small, each time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you think. Start proving yourself right, one step at a time. The more you take action, the more your belief will grow. Each step you take will reinforce your confidence in your ability to overcome whatever comes next. It's also important to surround yourself with people who believe in you. While your belief in yourself should ultimately come from within, having a support system of people who encourage and uplift you can make all the difference. Find mentors, friends, or family members who believe in your potential. Their belief in you can act as a reminder when your own confidence falters. The key to overcoming anything is to never give up. The most successful people are not those who never face adversity, but those who refuse to stay down when they do. When you believe in your ability to overcome, you give yourself permission to keep going, no matter what. And in doing so, you will discover just how much you're capable of. So today, choose to believe in yourself. Choose to believe that you can overcome anything that comes your way. Trust in your ability to learn, adapt, and grow. Trust in your resilience and strength. With that belief as your foundation, there is nothing you cannot achieve. You've got this. Now go out and prove it to yourself. Number 2. Take control of your thoughts, starting right now. The power to control your life begins with controlling your thoughts. Your thoughts are the driving force behind your actions, your decisions, and the direction of your life. Everything that has ever been created, whether it's a business, a relationship, or a personal achievement, began with a thought. And it's important to understand that you have the ability to shape your thoughts, just as you have the ability to shape your destiny. Taking control of your thoughts isn't something that happens overnight. It requires practice, commitment, and awareness. It's about becoming conscious of the thoughts that run through your mind, recognizing which ones are helpful and which ones are holding you back, and choosing to let go of the negative ones. Every thought you think creates a feeling, and every feeling drives an action. If your thoughts are filled with doubt and fear, your actions will be hesitant and uncertain. But if your thoughts are filled with belief, confidence, and possibility, your actions will reflect that. Right now, you have the power to choose what you think about. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or emotions. Instead, you are in the driver's seat of your life. It starts with awareness. You need to be conscious of what you are thinking. Are you focused on solutions or problems? Are you thinking about the opportunities ahead or the challenges you face? The key is to redirect your focus. When you find yourself thinking negatively, choose to shift your thoughts to something more positive, empowering, or motivating. You can decide what your mind focuses on. Every day we are bombarded with information, whether it's news, social media, or conversations with others. We are constantly being exposed to thoughts that can influence us. Some of these thoughts will be empowering and helpful, but others will be negative, limiting, and fear-based. It's crucial to understand that you don't have to accept every thought that enters your mind. You have the ability to filter your thoughts, discard the ones that don't serve you, and focus on the ones that support your growth. Self-awareness is the first step to taking control. Notice the thoughts that pop up throughout the day. What are you telling yourself when you wake up? What's going through your mind when you face a difficult situation? Are your thoughts focused on what could go wrong? Or are you thinking about the possibilities for success? Recognizing the nature of your thoughts is the key to understanding whether they are helping or hindering you. If you're constantly thinking about all the things that can go wrong, it's time to redirect that energy. The next step is replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. If you're used to thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," you must replace those thoughts with empowering statements such as, "I am capable," or "I have everything I need to succeed." The more you repeat these affirmations, the more your mind will begin to accept them as true. The power of positive thinking doesn't come from wishful thinking or ignoring reality. It comes from conditioning your mind to focus on what you can control and what you can achieve. Another critical aspect of taking control of your thoughts is taking responsibility for them. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others or external circumstances for the way we think or feel. But the truth is, we are responsible for our thoughts. No one can force you to think a certain way unless you allow them to. By taking responsibility for your thoughts, you are empowering yourself to make choices. You are no longer a passive participant in your life, but an active creator of your reality. You must also learn to silence the negative self-talk that can creep in. Self-doubt is one of the biggest obstacles people face, and it often starts with negative thoughts. These thoughts will tell you that you're not smart enough, not talented enough, or not capable of achieving your goals. The only way to overcome these thoughts is to confront them head-on and replace them with positive, affirming thoughts. Every time you hear a negative thought, ask yourself, "Is this really true? Or is this just fear trying to control me?" Then replace that thought with something more positive and empowering. Over time, your mind will begin to shift, and your confidence will grow. Taking control of your thoughts also means eliminating distractions. In today's world, we are constantly distracted by technology, social media, and the demands of everyday life. These distractions can pull your focus away from what matters most and make it difficult to control your thoughts. Set aside time each day to focus on what's important. This could be taking a walk, journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in silence. When you create space for your mind to be still and focused, it becomes easier to control your thoughts and direct your energy toward what you truly want. As you begin to take control of your thoughts, you'll start to notice a shift in your mindset. Your confidence will grow, your belief in yourself will strengthen, and your ability to face challenges will improve. The more you focus on positive thoughts, the more your life will reflect that positivity. But it's important to remember that change takes time. You won't transform your mindset overnight, but with consistent effort, you will see the results. One of the most effective ways to take control of your thoughts is through visualization. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your success. Picture yourself overcoming challenges, achieving your goals, and living the life you desire. This helps to reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving great things. The more vivid and real you make your visualization, the more your subconscious mind will begin to believe it. Another tool you can use to take control of your thoughts is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, you can train yourself to be more present in the moment and less reactive to negative thoughts. Mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts without judgment, allowing you to notice when you're slipping into negativity and redirecting your focus. Over time, mindfulness will help you become more aware of your thought patterns and enable you to shift your mindset more quickly. The ability to take control of your thoughts is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It gives you the power to shape your life, your future, and your success. The more you control your thoughts, the more you control your reality. And it all starts with making the decision to take charge of your mind. Starting right now, take action today. Start noticing your thoughts, replacing the negative ones, and focusing on the positive. Commit to taking control of your thoughts every single day. Your thoughts shape your life, so take control of them, and you'll see how much your life begins to change for the better. You have the power to create the life you want, and it all starts with taking control of your mind. Number 3, stand tall and trust your inner strength today. When you face a difficult moment in life, when the world feels like it's pressing against you, when doubts and insecurities begin to creep in, there is one thing you need to remember. You are stronger than you think. It doesn't matter what challenges you're facing right now, your inner strength has been with you all along, and it is more than enough to guide you through any situation. Standing tall is not just about your posture or the way you carry yourself physically. It's about how you carry yourself mentally and emotionally. It's about trusting in your abilities and believing in your worth, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. Your inner strength is your greatest asset. It's the quiet resilience that rises up when you face adversity. It's the courage that makes you continue moving forward, even when you don't feel like you can take another step. Every one of us has moments where we doubt ourselves. We question our decisions, our abilities, and even our worth. But in those moments, you need to remember that you are more powerful than your fears, more capable than your self-doubt, and more resilient than any challenge you will ever face. You've overcome difficult situations before, and you will continue to overcome them in the future. The key is to trust in the strength that's already within you. Trusting your inner strength means acknowledging that you are not alone in your journey. You have everything inside of you to get through anything life throws at you. But in order to access that strength, you need to believe in yourself fully and completely. Stop looking outside for validation. Stop waiting for others to tell you that you're strong enough. The truth is, you've always had the strength. You just need to trust it. One of the most powerful things you can do is take a moment and breathe. When everything feels overwhelming, when the pressure feels too much to handle, stop and take a deep breath. Center yourself and ground your mind. This simple act will give you clarity and allow you to reconnect with your inner strength. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is to pause and reassess, not to rush in fear, but to stand firm and say, I have what it takes. When you choose to stand tall and trust your inner strength, you are not denying the difficulties you face. You are acknowledging that you are capable of handling them no matter how tough they may seem. Each challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. Remember, strength isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about facing it head-on and knowing that you can weather any storm. Believing in yourself and trusting in your strength doesn't mean you won't have doubts or moments of fear. It means you don't let them control you. It means that even when fear rises, you choose to stand firm. You choose to trust that no matter how hard the path may seem, you have everything you need to overcome it. Life will test you, but your inner strength will always rise to meet those challenges. Sometimes, standing tall means letting go of the negative self-talk that weighs you down. Stop the inner dialogue that says, I'm not good enough or I can't do this. Instead, replace those thoughts with affirmations that remind you of your strength. I am capable of great things. I am resilient and I have overcome so much before. Trusting your inner strength means choosing to believe in the positive, empowering beliefs you hold about yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the negative feedback from the outside world. We're constantly surrounded by messages telling us what we should do, what we should look like, or what we should achieve. But none of those things define your worth or your strength. Your strength is within you, and it's not dependent on anyone's opinion or judgment. The only validation you need is from yourself. When you trust your own abilities and stand firm in who you are showing the world the power of self-belief. There's a unique strength that comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you are enough. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to seek approval from others. When you truly trust your inner strength, you let go of the need for outside validation. Instead, you trust your own journey, your own growth, and your own capacity to handle whatever comes your way. Standing tall means embracing your vulnerabilities as a part of your strength. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being real, authentic, and willing to face challenges head-on. Your vulnerabilities are not weaknesses. They are the stepping stones to your growth. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you are showing that you are strong enough to face your fears and your flaws, and still keep moving forward. One of the keys to trusting your inner strength is building resilience over time. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. When you face challenges and push through them, you build your resilience. Each time you overcome a setback, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling even greater obstacles in the future. Every difficulty you face strengthens your inner resolve. It's also important to celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. When you trust your inner strength, you recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a win. By acknowledging your achievements, you reinforce your belief in your own abilities. This positive reinforcement fuels your confidence and strengthens your resilience, enabling you to continue standing tall in the face of any challenge. Standing tall is also about being present in the moment. Don't worry about what might happen tomorrow or dwell on the past. Instead, focus on what you can control right now. When you focus on the present, you allow yourself to take the next step, no matter how uncertain it may seem. You trust that you have the strength to handle whatever comes next, and you keep moving forward, step by step. As you go through your day, remember to stand tall in every situation. Trust that you are enough, that you are capable of handling any situation life throws at you. Even when things get tough, remind yourself that your inner strength is always with you. You've faced challenges before, and you will continue to face them. And you will continue to grow stronger with every step. Today, choose to stand tall. Choose to trust your inner strength. No matter what challenges lie ahead, know that you have everything within you to overcome them. Trust in your power, believe in your worth, and stand firm in the face of whatever comes your way. You are stronger than you think, and you are more than capable of handling anything life throws at you. Number 4. Decide to silence fear with focused daily action. When fear begins to creep in, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, uncertain, and stuck. It's natural for fear to arise, especially when you're facing something new, something big, or something that challenges you. Fear is a part of being human, but it doesn't have to control you. You have the power to silence fear, and the way to do that is through focused, intentional daily action. The first thing you need to understand is that fear doesn't disappear just because you want it to. It doesn't vanish because you tell yourself you're not afraid. In fact, fear often grows stronger when you try to push it away. Ignoring it or pretending it's not there can cause it to become more powerful. But you have something that fear cannot take away from you: your ability to act. When you decide to face fear head-on, to take action in the face of uncertainty, you take away its power. The secret to overcoming fear is simple. Do the thing you fear, but do it with focus, purpose, and intention. Focused daily action is your tool to take back control. It's not about doing everything at once or trying to tackle your fear all in one go. It's about making small, consistent steps forward every single day. When you take daily action, you build momentum. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. And with each victory, fear loses a little bit of its grip on you. It's important to understand that action is the antidote to fear. When fear arises, it wants to paralyze you. It wants you to overthink and to worry about all the things that could go wrong. But when you take action, no matter how small, you break that cycle. You stop overthinking. You stop allowing fear to control your thoughts and emotions. You decide right then and there that you're not going to let fear dictate your life. Taking focused daily action means setting clear, manageable goals. It means breaking down your larger goals into smaller, actionable tasks. When you're faced with something that seems overwhelming or intimidating, break it into smaller steps. Instead of thinking about how much you have to do, focus on one thing you can do today. When you focus on one thing at a time, you prevent yourself from getting lost in the fear of the bigger picture. You take the pressure off yourself and make progress, one small action at a time. Daily action also gives you the opportunity to build confidence. Every time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You remind yourself that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Even if you don't feel fully prepared or ready, taking action shows you that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now, and each small action builds on the next, creating a snowball effect of progress. Another important point is that consistent daily action helps to reinforce the belief that you are in control of your life. Fear can make you feel helpless. It can make you feel like you don't have control over your circumstances. But when you take action, you are asserting control over your own life. You're saying, I am not afraid of this. I am capable of handling this. You take back the power that fear tries to steal from you. Don't wait for fear to go away before you start. It won't. Fear doesn't disappear just because you wait for it to. If you wait for fear to go away before you take action, you might be waiting forever. Fear will always be there, but what matters is how you respond to it. You don't have to be fearless to take action. In fact, fear can be an indication that you're on the right path. It means you're doing something that matters, something that challenges you to grow. So instead of waiting for fear to subside, use it as motivation. Let it drive you to act. When you commit to focused daily action, you stop letting fear control you. You stop allowing fear to dictate your decisions and your life. Instead, you take charge. You make fear work for you, not against you. Every time you take action, you grow stronger. You build resilience. You learn that fear is not a barrier. It's a signal that you are pushing yourself to new limits. And that's where growth happens. It's also important to remember that failure is not the end. When you're taking daily action, there will be setbacks. You will encounter obstacles. You will make mistakes. But that doesn't mean you've failed. It simply means you're learning. And every time you learn, you're becoming more capable. Each failure is a stepping stone to success. The key is to keep going, to keep taking action, and to keep moving forward. No matter how many times you fall down, the power of focused daily action lies in its consistency. The small steps you take today build on the actions you take tomorrow, and those actions add up over time. When you look back at your journey, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. But it's not the big moments that make the difference. It's the small, consistent actions you take every single day. When you focus on showing up and taking action, fear becomes irrelevant. In order to stay consistent, it's crucial to develop a routine. Set aside time each day for the actions that will move you closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be a long, complicated process. Even 10 minutes of focused action is better than no action at all. It's about making the commitment to show up and do the work, no matter how small. As you build this habit, it will become easier and more natural to take action, and soon enough you'll start to notice the progress you've made. When fear shows up, it's important to recognize that it's just an emotion. It doesn't have to control you. Fear is a natural response, but it's not the boss of you. When you decide to silence fear with action, you take away its power. You turn fear from an obstacle into a stepping stone, and every time you take action, fear loses a little more of its hold over you. So make the decision today to take control of your life. Start small, but start now. Don't wait for fear to go away. Act in the face of it. Take one small focused step each day, and watch how your life transforms. The more you act, the more you silence the fear. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. The more you act, the more you grow into the person you were meant to be. And soon you'll realize that fear is no longer in control. You are. Number 5. Speak to yourself with power and deep respect. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you might realize. The words you use have immense power. They shape how you view the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Every day you have an internal dialogue that influences the direction of your life. Whether you're aware of it or not, the thoughts you entertain and the words you use to speak to yourself either empower or disempower you. If you want to stop doubting yourself and truly step into your potential, you must learn to speak to yourself with power and deep respect. We all have an inner voice, that constant companion that runs in the background of our minds. It comments on everything we do. It tells us how we're doing, what we're capable of, and what we can expect from life. But if you're like most people, that inner voice isn't always kind. In fact, it's often critical, harsh, and full of doubt. This voice can be your biggest obstacle, but it can also be your greatest ally if you know how to use it. The key is to learn how to speak to yourself in a way that builds your confidence, strengthens your belief in yourself, and keeps you moving forward. Speaking to yourself with power starts with recognizing that you have control over your inner dialogue. It's easy to let negative thoughts take over, especially when life gets tough. When challenges arise, our minds tend to gravitate towards self-doubt. It's as if fear and insecurity take over, and we start telling ourselves we're not good enough, smart enough, or strong enough to handle what's in front of us. But here's the truth. Those thoughts don't define you. You get to choose what you believe about yourself. And if you want to silence doubt, you must begin by speaking words of power to yourself. It all begins with self-awareness. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself throughout the day. Do you catch yourself saying things like, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never be successful"? These words are a reflection of your inner beliefs, and if you want to change the way you feel about yourself, you have to start by changing the way you speak. Every time you catch yourself using negative or limiting language, stop and correct it. Replace those thoughts with affirmations of power. Instead of saying, "I can't," say, "I am capable." Instead of "I'm not good enough," say, "I am worthy and deserving of success." The more you replace negative thoughts with empowering ones, the more you reprogram your mind for success. Speaking to yourself with respect means treating yourself with the same kindness and encouragement that you would offer a loved one. Imagine if a close friend came to you and said, "I'm not good enough to do this," or "I don't think I can handle this challenge." You wouldn't belittle them or tell them that they're right. You'd lift them up and remind them of their strengths. You'd encourage them to keep going and reassure them that they have what it takes. But when it comes to ourselves, we often forget to offer that same level of support. We speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to others. It's time to change that. Speak to yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion. Remind yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Remind yourself that you are worthy of success, happiness, and all the good things that life has to offer. Another important aspect of speaking to yourself with power is to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. We all have areas where we can improve, but it's crucial to recognize and acknowledge the strengths we already possess. When you focus on what you're good at, you build confidence. You remind yourself that you have unique qualities and abilities that make you special. Whether it's your creativity, your problem-solving skills, your ability to connect with others, or your determination, take time to celebrate those strengths. Speak to yourself about what you've already accomplished and the qualities that make you stand out. This will remind you of your potential and push you to continue growing. Respect yourself enough to set high standards for your life. When you speak to yourself with power and respect, you begin to expect more from yourself. You stop settling for mediocrity, and you start pursuing excellence in everything you do. Set clear, meaningful goals for your life, and don't be afraid to reach for what you truly desire. Speak to yourself as though you're already the person you want to become. Affirm that you are capable of achieving your goals and that nothing is impossible for you. This mindset will drive you to take action and pursue your dreams with relentless determination. One of the most powerful ways to speak to yourself with respect is through gratitude. When you show gratitude for who you are, for the progress you've made, and for the opportunities ahead, you shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. Gratitude brings positivity into your life, and it encourages you to focus on what you've already achieved, rather than what you haven't yet accomplished. Every morning, take a moment to acknowledge the things you're grateful for. This simple practice will boost your self-esteem and remind you of all the wonderful things in your life that are worth celebrating. Don't let the opinions of others dictate how you speak to yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others or seeking validation from external sources. But the truth is, no one knows you better than you know yourself. The opinions of others are just that, opinions. What matters most is how you view yourself. When you speak to yourself with power and respect, you become immune to the judgment of others. You begin to trust your own voice above all else, and you stop relying on others' approval to feel worthy. Your self-worth comes from within, and when you speak to yourself with respect, you reinforce that belief every single day. Another essential aspect of speaking to yourself with power is recognizing your own growth. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've overcome obstacles, faced challenges, and learned valuable lessons along the way. Celebrate your growth and acknowledge the resilience it's taken to get to where you are today. This will boost your confidence and remind you that you are more capable than you realize. Speak to yourself with pride, knowing that you are constantly evolving into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Speaking to yourself with power and respect also means forgiving yourself for past mistakes. We all have moments we wish we could change, but holding on to guilt and regret only weakens you. Instead of berating yourself for past failures, show yourself compassion. Understand that you are human and that mistakes are part of the journey. Learn from them, grow from them, and then move forward with confidence. The more you forgive yourself, the more power you reclaim. You free yourself from the chains of past mistakes and allow yourself to step into your future with strength and clarity. Remember, the way you speak to yourself determines the course of your life. If you want to stop doubting yourself and start stepping into your potential, it begins with the words you use. Speak to yourself with power, respect, and love. Treat yourself as you would treat the most important person in your life, because in reality, you are that person. You are deserving of the highest regard, and when you speak to yourself with this level of respect, you unlock the full potential within you. Speak to yourself with power and deep respect every day. Affirm your worth, your strength, and your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. When you do this, you'll find that the doubts and fears that once held you back will begin to fade away. You'll step into each new challenge with confidence, knowing that you are more than capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it starts with the way you speak to yourself. Number 6. Write down your wins and read them daily. Writing down your wins and reading them daily is one of the most powerful practices you can incorporate into your life to build self-confidence, combat doubt, and fuel your motivation. It's easy to focus on what's not going well or what you haven't yet achieved, but if you want to stop doubting yourself and start believing in your abilities, you need to shift your focus. Writing down your wins, big or small, can help you celebrate progress, create momentum, and remind you of how capable you are. The act of acknowledging your successes can completely transform your mindset. Let's start with why this simple habit is so powerful. In our daily lives, we often get caught up in what's going wrong. We might face challenges at work, struggle in our personal relationships, or feel overwhelmed by the demands of life. When that happens, it's easy to forget the progress we've made. We overlook the steps we've taken, no matter how small, that have brought us closer to our goals. The truth is, every step forward is a victory, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. When you write down your wins, no matter how small they seem, you begin to recognize the countless ways you're already succeeding. This practice doesn't just boost your confidence, it shifts your entire perspective. Take a moment to think about all the things you've accomplished in your life. They might not always be as grand as you hoped, but they are still accomplishments. Perhaps you overcame a fear, learned a new skill, helped someone in need, or made it through a difficult day. Each of these moments counts. Each victory is a testament to your resilience, your strength, and your ability to take action. When you write these wins down, you give them weight. You acknowledge your hard work and recognize that yes, you're capable of overcoming challenges. It's easy to forget about your successes when you're constantly looking forward to the next task, the next goal, or the next hurdle. Our society often places a high value on future achievements, pushing us to always strive for more. But this constant forward-looking mindset can leave you feeling like you're never enough. It's important to take the time to look back and celebrate how far you've come. Writing down your wins helps you do just that. It forces you to pause and reflect on your journey. When you do this regularly, you start to build a collection of evidence that proves to you that you're capable of achieving great things. Over time, these wins start to accumulate, and the doubt you once had about yourself begins to fade. The act of writing down your wins also taps into the power of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can cultivate. When you focus on the things you've already accomplished and express gratitude for them, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This simple shift in perspective can have a profound effect on your mindset and your overall well-being. By taking the time each day to reflect on your successes, you remind yourself of the abundance that already exists in your life. You stop measuring your worth based on what you still have to do, and instead you start seeing yourself as someone who's already done so much. When you make a habit of writing down your wins, you also create a tangible record of your growth. This record can serve as a powerful reminder of your potential when times get tough. Whenever you feel doubt creeping in, you can look back at your list of wins and be reminded of what you're capable of. You can look at how far you've come and see that, no matter how difficult things may seem right now, you've already proven to yourself that you can rise to the occasion. This simple practice builds your self-trust. It reminds you that you have the strength, the resilience, and the ability to overcome whatever challenges come your way. In addition to building confidence, writing down your wins can also help you recognize patterns in your success. Over time, you'll begin to notice that certain actions or mindsets lead to positive outcomes. You might see that when you take consistent action, you get results. Or perhaps you'll notice that when you focus on your strengths, you're more successful. Identifying these patterns helps you understand what works for you and what doesn't, allowing you to make smarter choices moving forward. This insight can be incredibly valuable as you continue on your journey of personal growth. One of the most important things to remember about writing down your wins is that no success is too small to count. You don't have to wait for monumental achievements to recognize your progress. Maybe you made a difficult phone call you've been avoiding for weeks. Maybe you ate healthier today than you did yesterday. Maybe you finished a task you've been putting off. All of these are wins. The little things matter just as much as the big things, and they all add up. Writing them down allows you to see how much you're accomplishing on a daily basis, even if it doesn't always feel like it. This helps you stay motivated and reminds you that every action you take moves you closer to your goals. To make the practice even more effective, consider reading your list of wins every day. Just like how writing them down helps you acknowledge your successes, reading them reinforces the belief in your abilities. When you read through your list, you give yourself a reminder of how capable you are. You also remind yourself of the progress you've made and the momentum you've built. This reinforces the belief that you are constantly growing, learning, and achieving. The more you repeat this practice, the stronger your belief in yourself will become. It's also important to note that this practice doesn't just help you in moments of doubt. Writing down your wins and reading them daily is a powerful way to start each day with a positive, empowered mindset. Instead of starting your day focused on what you haven't accomplished or the things you still need to do, you start by celebrating your successes. This positive energy carries through your entire day, helping you stay focused, motivated, and ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. Incorporating this habit into your routine doesn't have to be difficult. Keep a journal or a notepad where you can write down your wins each day. It doesn't have to be long or complicated, just a simple note of what you accomplished, no matter how small, and each day, take a moment to reflect on those wins. Read them over, and allow yourself to feel proud of the progress you've made. This simple practice will have a profound impact on your mindset, your confidence, and your ability to overcome self-doubt. Remember, the more you focus on your wins, the less room there is for doubt. Writing down your wins and reading them daily reminds you of your strength, your resilience, and your ability to accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you make this a regular practice, you'll find that your doubts become quieter and your belief in yourself becomes louder. Your wins will become proof of what you're capable of, and that proof will propel you forward into even greater successes. Number 7. Choose growth every time doubt tries to return. Whenever doubt creeps into your mind, it's essential to make a conscious decision. You have the power to choose growth in that moment, rather than succumbing to the negative thoughts that threaten to hold you back. This is one of the most crucial practices you can incorporate into your life if you want to stop doubting yourself and begin thriving in every area of your existence. Every time you face doubt, you are presented with an opportunity to grow. The choice is yours. Will you give in to the fear, or will you choose to evolve? Doubt is an inevitable part of being human. No one is exempt from it, no matter how confident or successful they may seem. Doubt is simply the mind's way of questioning, of trying to protect you from potential failure or disappointment. But the truth is, doubt doesn't protect you, it limits you. It holds you back from stepping into your full potential and experiencing the greatness that lies within you. The key to overcoming doubt is not to avoid it or pretend it doesn't exist, but to choose growth in the face of it. Each time doubt enters your mind, you must recognize it as a signal. It's a signal that you are on the verge of something meaningful, that you are stretching beyond your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you challenge yourself, when you take risks, and when you push past the barriers that doubt tries to impose. Doubt doesn't come for no reason. It comes because you are moving towards something greater. So instead of seeing doubt as an enemy, learn to view it as a sign that you are on the right path. Choosing growth means embracing discomfort. It means taking action even when you're not sure of the outcome. It means trusting that every step you take, even if it's small or uncertain, is a step toward your own development. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when you face challenges, when you step into the unknown, and when you choose to believe that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. One of the most powerful ways to choose growth is by shifting your mindset. When doubt arises, it's easy to focus on the negative possibilities. What could go wrong, what you might lose, or how others might judge you. But choosing growth means shifting your focus to what you can learn, how you can improve, and how this experience can help you become a stronger version of yourself. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, see them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge is a lesson in disguise, and by choosing growth you open yourself up to endless learning. Choosing growth also means taking responsibility for your thoughts and actions. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming external circumstances or other people when things don't go as planned. But when you choose growth, you take ownership of your journey. You understand that you are the creator of your reality, and the choices you make determine your success. When doubt arises, instead of looking for reasons to justify your fear, look for ways to take action and move forward. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to grow? What step can I take, no matter how small, to push past this doubt? Another critical aspect of choosing growth is persistence. Doubt often leads to hesitation and procrastination, which can keep you stuck in the same place. But choosing growth requires you to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't clear. It's about developing the resilience to keep going despite setbacks, failures, and moments of uncertainty. Growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It's filled with ups and downs, successes and failures. But each time you get back up after a setback, you are growing. Every time you keep going in the face of doubt, you are strengthening your ability to handle whatever challenges lie ahead. Choosing growth also means surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environment you create for yourself all play a significant role in your mindset. When you're trying to choose growth, it's important to seek out those who uplift you, who inspire you, and who push you to be better. Negative influences, on the other hand, will only feed your doubt and fear. Choose to surround yourself with people who believe in your potential, who encourage you to take risks, and who remind you of your strength. This positive energy will help you stay focused on growth, rather than getting caught in the grip of doubt. You can also choose growth by setting clear goals. When doubt arises, one of the best things you can do is remind yourself of your vision. What is it that you truly want to accomplish? What is your ultimate goal? By having a clear sense of purpose, you give yourself a reason to keep moving forward, even when doubt tries to take hold. A strong sense of purpose can override the negative thoughts that doubt brings. It can push you to take action, even when you don't feel like it, and keep you focused on what truly matters. When you choose growth, you choose to move toward your goals with determination, even when obstacles arise. Choosing growth also means practicing self-compassion. When doubt arises, it's easy to criticize yourself and fall into negative self-talk. But growth requires kindness and patience toward yourself. Understand that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel uncertain. What matters is that you continue to move forward. By practicing self-compassion, you remind yourself that growth is a journey, not a destination. You allow yourself the space to make mistakes and learn from them, rather than beating yourself up or giving up entirely. Ultimately, choosing growth is about taking control of your own narrative. It's about recognizing that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but rather the creator of your own story. Every time doubt arises, you have the power to choose how you respond. You can choose to stay stuck in fear, or you can choose to move forward with courage. Every time you choose growth, you are rewriting your story. You are telling yourself that you are not defined by your doubts, but by your ability to overcome them. Your growth is not determined by your circumstances, but by your decisions. When doubt tries to return, choose growth, and you will transform your life in ways you never thought possible. When you choose growth over doubt, you are choosing to become the best version of yourself. You are choosing to embrace the challenges, learn from them, and emerge stronger on the other side. This is the true path to success and fulfillment. And remember, growth is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about consistently choosing to learn, to stretch, and to become better than you were yesterday. Every time you choose growth, you build a life that is aligned with your purpose, your strengths, and your potential. And with each step, you'll find that the doubt that once held you back becomes a thing of the past.
Number 8. Show up daily and give your absolute best effort. Showing up daily and giving your absolute best effort is the key to not only overcoming doubt, but also to achieving the success you truly deserve. Too often, we get caught in thinking about success as something that happens in one big moment, a breakthrough, a big win, or the culmination of hard work. But the truth is, success is built one day at a time. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or waiting until everything aligns. It's about committing to show up every day, no matter how you feel, and giving your best. When you commit to showing up daily, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. It's about consistency, discipline, and resilience. There will be days when you feel like giving up. There will be days when doubt tries to creep in, telling you that it's not worth it, that you're not making enough progress, or that you're wasting your time. But on those days, it's crucial to remind yourself that the power of showing up lies in the act of showing up itself. When you show up, even on the tough days, you're building a habit. You're setting the groundwork for success. You're telling your mind, I'm committed to this no matter what. This is where many people falter. They wait for motivation to strike. They wait for the perfect mood or the perfect set of circumstances. But you can't wait for motivation to show up. You have to show up first, and motivation will follow. When you consistently show up, you create momentum. It's like starting a car that's been sitting idle for a while. At first, it might be tough. The engine might sputter, but with every push of the pedal, it starts running smoother and faster. Your effort will build momentum, and the results will come faster than you might think. The act of showing up also creates an environment where growth is inevitable. When you consistently show up with your best effort, you are actively choosing progress over perfection. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect every day. The point is that you're giving your best, and that's all anyone can ask for. Showing up daily means you're giving yourself the chance to learn, improve, and move forward. It's a commitment to be present in your journey, no matter the challenges or the setbacks that come your way. It's about making each day count by focusing on the task at hand and giving your full attention to what you're doing. One of the greatest benefits of showing up daily is the development of discipline. Discipline is what keeps you going when excitement fades and the initial motivation wears off. It's easy to give your best effort on the days when you're feeling inspired and driven. But the real magic happens when you show up on the days when you're tired, frustrated, or uncertain. That's when you're really building the muscles of resilience and commitment that will serve you well in the long run. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about choosing to give your best effort because you know that's the way to make progress. When you give your absolute best effort every day, something incredible happens. Your mindset begins to shift. You stop focusing on what you haven't accomplished yet and start focusing on what you're doing right now. You shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. When you show up, you start to realize that you have everything you need to succeed. Your best effort doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be authentic and consistent. When you show up and give your best,
You're telling yourself that you trust your own abilities. You believe in yourself enough to put in the work every single day. This is where true confidence comes from. Not from grand gestures or big achievements, but from consistently doing the work, from showing up and giving your best every single day. Another powerful aspect of showing up daily and giving your best effort is the way it builds trust with yourself. Each time you make the decision to show up and put in the effort, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. This builds your self-worth and strengthens your commitment to your goals. You start to realize that you are the only person who can get in the way of your success. And by choosing to show up, you take full responsibility for your outcomes. You stop waiting for the right conditions or the right time. You make today the right time, and you act now. It's also important to remember that the results you see from your daily efforts may not come immediately. Sometimes, progress is slow. Sometimes you might feel like you're putting in all this work and not seeing the fruits of your labor. But when you commit to showing up and giving your best effort, you are investing in your future. Success doesn't always come in instant bursts. It comes in small incremental steps that over time add up to something powerful. So trust the process, stay the course, keep showing up, keep giving your best. And when the results do come, you'll look back and realize that your consistent effort was the key to unlocking everything you've worked for. There's also a powerful aspect of showing up every day that involves leading by example. When you make the decision to show up and give your best effort, you're not just impacting your own life, you're influencing others around you as well. People notice when you're consistent, they notice when you give your best, and your commitment to showing up will inspire those around you to do the same. Whether it's your colleagues, friends, or family, your determination will encourage them to take action and step up in their own lives. You become a beacon of inspiration. Your example will spread far beyond just your personal success. The simple act of showing up, day after day, can transform your life in ways you may not fully realize at first. It starts with one small decision. The decision to show up and give your best effort. That's where it all begins. It doesn't matter if it's the beginning of a new project, the start of a workout regimen, or the beginning of a new habit. Your first step toward success is to show up, and then you repeat it. And when you do, you start to see how much you're capable of. You start to see that there is no limit to what you can achieve when you give your absolute best effort every single day. So commit to showing up, commit to giving your best effort, even when things get tough. Your success won't be defined by the perfect moments or by the easy days. It will be defined by your consistency, by your resilience, and by your willingness to give your best every day. When you show up daily and give your best, you are laying the foundation for an extraordinary life, a life where doubt has no place, and success is inevitable.
Number 9. Start proving yourself right, one step at a time. Proving yourself right, one step at a time is one of the most empowering actions you can take on your journey to success. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt, to question whether you're capable of achieving your goals, or to wonder if you're truly cut out for the success you desire. But the reality is, each and every step you take toward your goal is a powerful statement to yourself that you are capable. You are proving yourself right, not by grand, dramatic gestures, but by the consistent, deliberate actions you take every single day. When you start proving yourself right, you make a decision. You decide that you are worthy of the success you seek, and that you have everything within you to achieve it. But this decision doesn't happen in one moment. It's a choice you make repeatedly. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you are affirming your belief in your own ability, and with each step, your confidence grows stronger. This is how you build momentum. This is how you begin to reshape your entire mindset. Too often, people wait for external validation. They wait for someone else to tell them they are capable or worthy of success. But if you wait for the outside world to confirm what you should already know about yourself, you're giving away your power. The truth is, the most important validation comes from within. When you prove yourself right with every action you take, you become your own biggest supporter. You stop relying on others to validate your worth or abilities. Instead, you build your own foundation of self-belief, one step at a time. The beauty of proving yourself right is that you don't need to do everything perfectly. Perfection isn't the goal here. Progress is. The goal is to take consistent steps toward your vision, no matter how small they may seem at first. It's about making forward progress,
no matter how incremental, because each step is a piece of evidence that you are capable. You are learning, evolving, and moving closer to your goals. When you allow yourself the grace to make mistakes and learn from them, you give yourself permission to grow. The process of proving yourself right is a journey, not a destination. At times it might feel overwhelming. You may look at the distance between where you are and where you want to be and feel discouraged. But when you focus on taking one small step at a time, you'll begin to realize that the journey is not as daunting as it may seem. Each small victory, each decision to move forward adds up. It compounds. It doesn't matter if your progress feels slow, what matters is that you're moving forward. Each step is proof that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. The key to proving yourself right is in the consistency of your actions. It's not about doing something huge once in a while, but about showing up, putting in the work, and making progress every single day. Each small, consistent action you take builds your belief in yourself. You start to realize that in fact you are more than capable. You are moving toward your goals step by step, and every step counts. Even on the days when progress feels minimal, or when you encounter obstacles, know that each step is bringing you closer to proving your worth to yourself. By proving yourself right, you're shifting the narrative in your own mind. You stop focusing on the doubts and fears that try to hold you back and instead focus on your capabilities. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes action, who keeps moving forward, and who never gives up. The more you prove yourself right, the more your confidence grows and the less you rely on outside sources to validate your worth. You realize that you don't need anyone else's approval. You already have what you need within you to succeed. This process also teaches you to embrace the challenges that come your way. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove yourself right. It's an opportunity to show yourself just how strong, capable, and resilient you truly are. When challenges arise, instead of retreating, face them head on. Conquer them, learn from them, and move forward. Every obstacle you overcome strengthens your belief in your own ability to succeed. It becomes a reminder that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Proving yourself right also means giving yourself permission to succeed. So often we are our own biggest obstacles. We doubt ourselves, second-guess our abilities, and hold ourselves back because we don't believe we deserve success. But when you prove yourself right, you're showing yourself that success is not something to be afraid of. It's something you've earned. It's something you're deserving of. And the more steps you take toward your goals, the more evidence you accumulate that you are worthy of everything you desire. It's also important to recognize that proving yourself right is a personal journey. It's not about comparing yourself to others. Your path is unique, and your progress is yours to define. Too many people fall into the trap of measuring their success against others. But the only comparison that matters is comparing where you are now to where you were yesterday. Every day you take a step forward, you're proving that you're capable of growth, and that's all that matters. Don't get caught up in other people's timelines or achievements. Stay focused on your own path and your own progress. As you continue to prove yourself right, you'll find that the self-doubt that once held you back begins to diminish. You'll look back at all the steps you've taken and realize that you've built something powerful within yourself. You've built self-confidence, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your own abilities. The more you prove yourself right, the less you'll need external validation, because you will know deep down that you are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. This is a mindset shift that will transform every aspect of your life. You'll approach challenges with confidence, knowing that you have what it takes to overcome them. You'll take risks without fear, knowing that every step forward is a step toward proving yourself right. You'll set bigger goals, push yourself further, and achieve more because you understand that your success is inevitable when you take consistent action. So start today. Start proving yourself right, one step at a time. Focus on the small victories, the daily progress, and the belief in yourself that grows with every action you take. Know that you are capable of achieving greatness, and every time you take another step, you reinforce that truth. Your success is built on the foundation of believing in yourself and consistently proving that belief through your actions. One step at a time, you will achieve the success you deserve.
Number 10. Face every challenge with bold, unwavering confidence. When life presents a challenge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or even afraid. But the reality is that challenges are an inevitable part of life. They are not there to stop you, but to strengthen you. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they face their challenges.
The successful individuals are not the ones who avoid difficulty, but the ones who face it head-on with bold, unwavering confidence. It's not about the size of the challenge. It's about the size of the belief you have in yourself to tackle it. Confidence isn't something you are born with. It's a muscle that you build, just like any other muscle. It requires practice, consistency, and a belief in your ability to grow stronger with every challenge. Each time you face a difficult situation, you have a choice. You can shrink back and let the challenge overwhelm you, or you can step forward and tackle it with everything you've got. The difference in the outcome will be remarkable. Bold confidence doesn't mean that you never feel fear or doubt. It doesn't mean that you won't encounter moments of hesitation. What it means is that despite those feelings, you decide to move forward. You choose to believe in your ability to navigate through the tough times. Confidence is about trusting yourself in those difficult moments and knowing that you will get through them, no matter how challenging they may seem. It's easy to feel like the odds are stacked against you when life throws you a curveball. But let me remind you that the odds were never meant to break you. They were meant to teach you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to discover just how much strength, resilience, and courage you truly have. The more challenges you face with bold confidence, the more you build these qualities within yourself. You don't just overcome the obstacle, you become stronger in the process. One of the biggest mistakes people make when facing challenges is to focus on the potential negative outcomes. They imagine failure and get stuck in fear. But what happens when you shift your focus? What happens when you put your attention not on the fear of failing, but on the power you have to succeed? When you face each challenge with bold, unwavering confidence, you are actively changing the way you approach life. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones that are helping you get closer to your goals. Facing a challenge with confidence doesn't mean that you have all the answers right away. It doesn't mean you have a foolproof plan, or that you won't stumble along the way. What it does mean is that you are ready to adapt, learn, and grow. Every challenge, no matter how tough, brings with it valuable lessons. When you face it with confidence, you're able to absorb these lessons more effectively and use them to propel yourself forward. Confidence doesn't come from knowing the exact outcome. It comes from knowing that you have what it takes to navigate through any situation. It comes from the belief that no matter what happens, you will find a way to move forward. The truth is that life is full of uncertainty, and waiting for certainty before acting is a recipe for missed opportunities. Bold confidence is not about eliminating uncertainty. It's about embracing it and choosing to act regardless. One of the most empowering aspects of facing challenges with confidence is that it builds your resilience. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from setbacks. It's about having the mental and emotional strength to move forward, no matter how many setbacks you face. It's about building the kind of attitude that doesn't allow failure to define you. Instead, you let each failure fuel your determination to try again, to learn, and to improve. With every challenge you face, you become more resilient. Each time you meet adversity head-on, you add another layer of toughness to your character. When you face challenges boldly, you also demonstrate to others the power of self-belief. People look to you not only for answers but for inspiration. By choosing confidence over fear, you set a powerful example for those around you. You show others that it's not the challenge that defines them, but how they choose to respond to it. Your boldness becomes contagious, spreading an energy of confidence that encourages others to rise up and face their own obstacles. But here's the thing. You cannot wait for the perfect moment to act. The world doesn't work like that. There is no magical time when everything will be aligned perfectly for you to take action. The best time to face a challenge with confidence is right now. The longer you wait, the longer you delay your own success. The fear that holds you back is often just a result of procrastination. The longer you avoid challenges, the bigger they seem. But when you face them one after the other, you begin to realize that you are more capable than you ever thought possible. Every day you delay stepping into your bold confidence is a day you rob yourself of growth. It's a day you don't give yourself the chance to prove your worth. The truth is, bold confidence comes from doing, not waiting. It comes from taking action, even when you don't have all the answers. When you take action with confidence, you're not just facing a challenge, you're stepping into the next level of your own personal development. Confidence also doesn't come from external validation. It doesn't come from praise or approval from others. True confidence comes from within. It comes from the belief that you are capable of achieving greatness, no matter the circumstances. It comes from knowing that you've already overcome challenges in the past, and you can do it again. The challenges you've faced before have prepared you for the ones that lie ahead. Every experience, every lesson learned has built the foundation for you to stand tall and tackle whatever comes your way. When you approach each challenge with unwavering confidence, you are showing the world, and more importantly yourself, that you refuse to be a victim of your circumstances. You are not defined by the challenges you face. You are defined by how you respond to them. You are the author of your story, and you have the power to choose how your journey unfolds. No challenge is too big when you stand tall with unwavering confidence. You are stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you realize. Each challenge you face is simply an opportunity to prove to yourself just how powerful you are. The key is to stop letting fear control you, and start facing every challenge with the bold confidence that is already within you. Take charge, stand firm, and let your confidence shine. You can handle whatever comes your way. Don't hesitate. Don't shrink back. Face every challenge head-on, with courage, with power, and with the absolute certainty that you are equipped to overcome it.